This happens today, not tomorrow, not yesterday. Starting today, you're embarking on a 7 to 8 year transformational journey. When I tell you this transit happens once every 84 years, honey, Uranus entering into Gemini, which by the way, you would have already received. This feels like a private diary session that we're going to be doing today. Anyway, think back to summer of 2025. That would have been your prelude or precursor to what's about to unfold in your life right now. You would have been sent hints, clues, universal breadcrumbs that are going to be leading you to the cake that's going to be baking at this stage of your life. Uranus energy transforms the way that we think, we learn, we communicate, and connect to the world around us. So it's very disruptive. You know, we have Uranus energy here at the base already of this deck, which is the Tower card. The Tower is something that is a disruptive force in your life, but that point of destabilization ends up becoming the very reason for your transformation. So it's here to break the comfort zone that you've had in different areas of your life, depending on your rising sign. You know, this could be your career, this could be partnerships, this could be your identity, the version of self that you've been. This may be when it comes to finances, but I would say this is what used to be your ceiling is about to become your floor type of moment. This is new ideas, new perspectives, a different way of seeing your life in a way that feels very initiative, like your mind is going to be rewired in real time. So last year, you already received a prelude of what this is. Let's say a preview, okay? This feels like the preview before a movie that's going to be unfolding in your life. And when Uranus retrograde back into Taurus, it was very much, okay, can you ground this? Can you stabilize this? Can you make this real? And now that Uranus has not only stationed direct in Taurus, but has now moved into Gemini once and for all, this isn't just insight anymore, but it's actually the integration. This is something that's happened that changes the way that you think about yourself. That's completely settled in stone. The way that you're communicating could also be evolving. The way that you see yourself for your potential and the things in which you create in this realm are going to be solidifying into mind, and then that translates into the material physical existence. And it's never going to be the same, right? Uranus in this area of your life is designed to shift your entire reality. So we are going to go ahead and pour a little bit of energy on this message and see what it is for this collective shift. You know, it's an outer planet, which means that there are going to be some kind of disruptive forces in the external world around us that are designed as a point of transformation for us, right? This can bring profound revelations, insights. It's, you know, Uranus is like a higher octave of Mercury. So it comes as a messenger, but the message is in, you know, things that feel like they happen suddenly out of the blue. Uranus energy can be almost like a teleportation energy where things just rapidly manifest in our life. And it usually is by, I want to say, something that feels like, wow, that's just downloaded into my third dimensional experience. You may want to look at your rising sign and see where that is. Like, where is that for you? It could even be you. Like, you know, if you're a Gemini rising, for example, and that's in your first house of transformations in the way that, you know, not only you see yourself and people see you in the world, that's a huge transformation. And who have I become? Oh, wow. Like, people are seeing that I've changed because I see myself differently. If you're a Sagittarius rising, this could be, you know, your 7th house of partnerships. This could be spontaneous contracts that come in. It may be customers, clients in the marketplace. It could be your platonic, romantic, friendship life that's expanding. It may be your 10th house. It may be your 4th house. Like, whatever this is, I definitely invite you to see where that's going to be aspecting your avatar. But just in general, we have inner earth. So inner earth is being shaken up. And then we have emerald tablet activation, which is conscious manifesting divine alchemy. So to manifest beyond the limitations of your lineage, okay? That's what this is designed to do collectively. Now, those themes of where there has been deep suppression are going to be revealed. Where your fear is, that shows you where your work is. And on the other side of that fear that acts as a barrier is unlimited timelines, available for you to experience them. That's what Uranus is going to be showing you. So if there's been a fear around deep vulnerability and connection, or deep vulnerability within stability within your inner world or your home life, or within your career and being seen, or maybe friendship groups, soul tribes, a sense of belonging, that's going to be showing you where your work is right now. Okay, let's go ahead and read this. Divine alchemy. So you're going to be transforming your relationship to this specific area of life, and that's going to be a whole initiation within itself. Inner earth, let's see. So inner earth is you're being given the opportunity to root down and claim your right to be on this planet and to have experiences in this area of your life. Let me know where that may be for you specifically. It talks about you have the right to feel grounded, safe, and secure. Look at where Gemini is aspected in your chart, okay? That's going to help you unveil where this is. It talks about shamans journeying to collect energies, meet guardian beings, and reclaim their power and the power of others that's been left behind. So there's something in which you're going to be reclaiming and recovering your power with. It could be the ability to trust yourself as you navigate this aspect of life. Maybe in what that looks like as this version of yourself. Maybe it's going to be the work that you're going to be doing that feels authentic to this expression, and maybe your connection with people, the world around you, and how you communicate or connect to the world around you. I mean, this is going to be something specific for you. You know, like if you're a Libra, no, an Aquarius rising, that's going to be in your 5th house. So that could be in anything to do with romance, procreation, creative hobbies, risks that you're taking. It could be an array of things, right? You're becoming fully aware of what you need in order to feel safe and fulfilled on planet Earth. Know that it is part of the divine plan for you to be incarnated upon Earth during this time. And if you've lost your way, or you've been building up momentum to be where it is that you are today, you're in a space where you can build powerful foundations, and a space where you can lay out exactly what you need, who you need to be, and what you need to do in order to flourish and grow. You have an opportunity to reclaim parts of yourself that you've buried deep, or reclaim gifts that you've abandoned. If you're starting any projects, or you're thinking about taking something that you've had on hold, now is the time. The seeds that you're planting are sending roots deep into Mother Earth. You're being held and you're being supported. So you're being supported to actually be more anchored into this experience, especially where you may have wanted to kind of dissociate or push further down the timeline. You're being actually, I'm hearing, deeply engaged with in your 3rd dimensional experience. That was an interesting sound. It felt like something being kind of squeezed out, or something accelerating, which is super interesting. So it's almost like you're being squeezed out of an old version of self when it comes to your relationship to this area of your life. And that's leading to an acceleration or rapid unfoldment of a new timeline. Okay. That's what you needed here, because I couldn't even remember what I said before that, but there was something important there, okay? And then you have emerald tablets. So trust yourself in this area of your life. Now, this talks about turning a leaden experience into a golden opportunity. When the Emerald Tablet activation card appears, you're being called to remember the gifts that you're carrying from previous lifetimes. So this is deeply connecting with yourself while being anchored into this area of your life instead of dissociating. Even if you don't always understand how to express them, there's a part within you that knows how to hold great power within. This is a special time for you to use that power to bring into manifestation all that you need for your life to unfold in a way that's in alignment with your best interests. All that has unfolded so far has given you the opportunity to learn and grow, even the unsettling moments. But you're a master alchemist with the capacity to take what was once challenging and use it to create positive opportunities for yourself. As above, so below. All the thoughts you send up to source will contribute towards your evolution on Earth. This could be in your 2nd house, right? And that may be your relationship with your natural talents, your gifts. You may be generating new streams of revenue. It could be your relationship with your self-worth, your value, maybe your voice, Taurus house, throat chakra energy. You know, you can go through all the rising signs and see where that's going to be aspecting you. I'm just throwing out some examples there. But this is huge. You know, this is absolutely huge for you. I see a lot unfolding for you in ways that could feel very destructive, but it's an initiation. Let's go ahead and get a collective theme for the next 7 to 8 years. I'm going to get a shaman's dream oracle message. What did I say, right? Mark my words. You're going through an initiation. Now, the interesting thing is you have closing door completion at the base. Closing door completion is basically saying that there's nothing left for you in a situation anymore, or a way of navigating the world that just doesn't feel congruent or conducive for the soul's intentions and the things in which it's desired to experience in the physical realm. So it talks about not holding on to situations out of social courtesy or obligation. Let me go ahead and read this. So I'm going to read this fast and then we'll go into the initiation. Endings, completion, your greater calling. When the closing door shows up, it's a time to recognize an ending, to terminate relationship, task, situation that has been dragging on for far too long. Unlock the cage you've been trapped in and shut the door behind you. This is not the time to worry about what others might think or feel. Instead, break with routine. Consider what you think and how you feel, and be true to your heart's callings. It's time to walk out the door. If you do not see a door, but only a solid wall in front of you, ask for assistance. Muster the courage to say no more. Remember as well that no one else needs to be wrong in order for you to do what you know that you needed to do for a long time. If the door to a project or relationship has been closed, stop knocking on it. You have tried that already and no one has answered, at least not in the way that you would have liked. This is a close one door and see 10 more open in front of you moment. Every door that shuts is an invitation into another way, another path to your destination. Better to recognize this earlier rather than later. How many of us leave a relationship or job years after we know that it's time to move on? Stop wallowing in the pain and lingering on the reasons why it did not work out, keeping you from your greater calling. Bow deeply before that closed door and give thanks to the lessons and set yourself free. Then you have the crossing and initiation, which is 54. 4 is a stabilizing energy, right? It's grounding something into the physical realm. 5 is after that change happens. So rite of passage. This is where you arrived at least at the beginning of this 7 to 8 year journey. You have come to stand on one side of the river. The opposite bank leads into the darkness of the eternal cave, where the old dies and then is born again. This is a place where time is forgotten and the seasons cease their dance and stand still as if in a temporary repose. You must cross the river now, honoring and respecting this transition, for it's time to say goodbye to your old ways of navigating a world. Don't be afraid, you've come to the edge of the river because you're ready. You're ready to let go of what doesn't serve you and all the ways in which you truly kept yourself from living. Intimacy requires vulnerability and truth. Can you strip away the mask and the barriers of false strength to discover what you're really made of? Step in the boat waiting for you and let it carry you into the cave where the shadows are waiting to be illuminated so that you can be born into the world again without denial or artifice. Making the crossing is a beautiful, powerful act of the highest love. So there's a crossing that's taking place. Let's go ahead and take a look at what the, I almost want to say the foundation is with the Cosmos Oracle. Foundation is the telescope. The fundamental part of this journey is going to be seeing it clearly through the lens of the soul. That is knowing that this is not personal, but it's vibrational. Stratus pause is you have been in a transit point, like a bus stop, but it was never designed for you to be here for long. Telescope is seeing further than the human eyes can see. The crossing and initiation is what's unfolding in front of the human as a memory to the soul. So telescope in the fundamental foundation is being able to see something clearly and why it's occurring in your life. We also have pulsar. So what you'll be seeing from the lens of the soul, parallel universes, and pulsars, a short journey with intervals. It talks about you being taken on a roller coaster, or at least witnessing what the human will feel as a roller coaster, but the soul knows that it's safe and secure and being held through every step, especially as you move through the unknown. And parallel universe is the power of choice. You'll see how quickly your timelines shift when you actually decide what you're going to do. And surface is beyond the physical, beyond what it is you can see. It's like as you walk the path, your maturation is going to happen through action. You're going to gain clarity as you take action in this area of your life, and you're open to changes happening. It's like you're open to making different choices in this area of life. It feels like you're going to be test driving some new realities And that will lead you into owning your choices, being seated and knowing that you'll feel more confident as you make these choices. Don't wait to feel confident before you make a choice. That's going to be your initiation beginning into this journey. So I'm going to love and leave you right there. Yeah, that's it. 1616 right now on the clock. So deep transformational energy. Yeah, I think we had a 1616 message. I think it was from the other day. Let me just read it real quick if it is here. 1616. I think that's a possibilities card. If it is, all right, I'm gonna read this to you because I was gonna do a reading on this and then I didn't do it. It's kind of like an unreleased message. I said you'll arrive at 1616. Let me just read it to you. This is gonna be a closing out message. I said this is a destiny frequency. It's a marker of alignment where you're not chasing, but you're arriving somewhere. It's a point where your inner coherence now meets external reality. I also saw a message of growing with grace. So it's soft power over force. Expansion doesn't need pressure. This phase is going to ask for elegance, patience, and to trust the natural unfolding. I also saw a book of the City of Light. So it's higher perception and illuminated state, which I feel like the telescope is going to provide you. And it's not a place, but it's a state of consciousness that you're able to return to, right? An inner still sanctuary that you can return to, an eternal truth that you can return to no matter what's happening around you, okay? Seeing it clearly, moving from awareness rather than that reaction. Then I saw a transcendental layer, which was coherence. 1616 reflects a mirrored field. So it's where your inner world is now syncing with the external, or more so the external is syncing with this internal coherence that you've come back to. So you're not getting there through thought, through force, but you are becoming the place that you're arriving to. You're becoming a vibrational match to what's arriving into your experience. And you're always a vibrational match to what arrives into your experience. Holding your frequency steady. You're entering a phase where things align through grace and not effort. You're going to see that alignment take place. If you're operating in lack, guess what's going to be reinforced through the world around you? If you're operating through presence and remembering yourself as an eternal being, watch the beautiful things unfold before you. That's what this is. You'll find that you've already arrived. Emotionally, mentally, energetically, and the physical will be the last to mirror that. So, can you arrive there now? Can you anchor that future into the present moment? Right. I'm going to love and leave you right there. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, consider subscribing. I'd love to see what happens over this next 7 to 8 year journey for you. Let me know also in the comment section down below if you've made it to this point. What is your rising sign? What do you feel like the theme was in 2025 of summer for you that you saw this activating in your life? I know for me, it was as a third rising in my 7th house. So I saw that dance from my 6th to my 7th, and that manifested as like disruptions in my like daily routines when it comes to like, you know, just my day-to-day work and life balance was kind of up in the air. I was doing a lot of traveling. I was trying to settle in and keep some kind of routine, even when my environment was changing so drastically. That was when it was in Taurus. And then in the 7th house, I kind of saw things manifest when it comes to partnerships in my reality, when it comes to platonic friendships I was meeting at the time, people that kind of rendered into my experience that felt so random, but came with, you know, beautiful lessons within it as well. So it would be beautiful to see where that manifested for you. And I'm going to love and leave you right there. What else? Also check out Ultra Spirit filling with some high quality AAE grade gemstones. 1 of the proceeds are donated towards Ultra Sanctuaries, and you have 2 discount codes for that in the description box. We have a really exciting collection coming out soon, so I look forward to sharing that with you guys. And personal reading details are also down below. So definitely, if you want to take a look at where this is in your chart and you don't know how to do that or those next steps moving forward, I'm only an email away. And until next time, bye.